I move the introduction of the Impaired Farm Credit Bill 2022. This innovative bill aims to protect the family farm from vulture funds and provide for availability of low-interest credit to Irish family farmers who have been far too long despicably treated by our pillar banks. The bill is sponsored by my rural independent colleagues, some who are here with me, and it has been carefully drafted on our behalf by the Master of the High Court, Edmund Honohan, and I really couldn't thank him enough for that. For too long, the government here have facilitated vulture funds and banks to seize and sell family farms in Ireland. The bill would create a policy platform to tip the scales back in favour of the landowners and farmers, and is all about protecting the small man or woman against predatory financial institutions. Sad that we have to have this, but it's vitally, vitally necessary in 2022 when we celebrate our decades of centenary. The agri-food sector and the role of farmers to the Irish economy is of critical importance and is generating gross value added equating to 14.4 billion a year. Furthermore, the sector employs 1 in every 10 workers in this state. Farmers are under attack from all quarters. Firstly, the government are targeting deep cuts to farmers' ability to earn a living through climate action reductions and an inadequate new CAP programme, which now we see is not the one we have is not even accepted by the bureaucrats in Europe. Secondly, banks and vulture funds continue to seize and sell off farms all over the country, with government policy stacked in favour of those institutions. We have observed firsthand the destruction and crippling impacts that these forfeitures and seizures have caused to families in rural communities. Devastation. That is why we have brought forward this imaginative new bill here today. This would not be possible, as I said earlier, without the exceptional and invaluable voluntary contribution of the Master of the High Court, Mr. Edmund Honohan, and his staff, and his band of his loyal supporters that are here in the gallery today, and he intended to be here, but he was held up in traffic. Mr. Honohan's his first-hand knowledge of difficulties faced by farm families and his exceptional legal expertise have been instrumental in the publication of this bill. And I want to say on behalf of countless families that have spoken to me and my colleagues in the Rural Independent, and I'm sure to many others talk to Dolly, of the fairness and the protection and the way, the humane way he treated them, who arrived before him in the court system. They are ever grateful to him for his stewardship and his courage and his dignified treatment of people, which is what we all expect from the institutions of the state. Therefore, my colleagues and I in the Rural Independent Group are very pleased to introduce this bill here today. Later this evening in the AV room, shortly actually, our independent group are pleased that we will be bringing the bill here. Mr. Honohan, the Master, and his colleagues will be there to address the issues in this bill and answer questions to any deputies or senators who may have questions. And we would like to see as many as possible coming in to get their teeth around the issues in this bill, and if there are questions, explore them there also. The session will be in the AV room, as I said, and it will be addressed by Master Honohan, and so you're all invited to attend. Following on from today, we sincerely hope that all TDs will join us and fully support the bill, and that farm families and the farm families it seeks to assist. Because there are many, and we all have them in our constituency, and we all have had situations where we've tried to help, and we found that the tide was too massive in the favour of the institutions, whether the banks or vulture funds or whatever. And some legislation that brought in here, lots of it actually, like the hearsay legislation and everything else, opened the floodgates for the vulture funds to carry on. After all, without a substantial local agriculture in local ownership, family farms in other words, our towns will be blighted and rural Ireland will continue to decline. For too long, the pillar banks have woefully and willfully used and abused the farming sector in this country. Our bill would pave the way for a new state-run institution that would extend low-interest credit to all farm enterprises in a specialised manner. It will become a major shift in allowing access to capital and credit to rural Ireland, boosting the entire rural economy and providing regional development in the process. And it's so badly needed, especially at Brexit and with after COVID and everything else, and the pressures now with the price of oil. So I hope the government will consider a way to accept this bill at this stage, and will get cross-party support for it.
Thank you,
Concord.
Deputy McGrath.